This is a 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe Premier trim in all-wheel drive, and today we're going to review it.
We'd like to thank our friends at Mankato Motor Company in Mankato for loaning us this beautiful 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe Premier for our review today.
Hey folks, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And we are Two Guys in a Ride. And say, Nate, what are we taking a look at today?
Today we are looking at the brand new 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe Premier trim and all-wheel drive.
That's right. But before we do, if you want to keep up to date with all the new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and you want to know how to use all the infotainment and technology that's built into these modern, beautiful cars, plus you like cool collector car stories,
take a moment and hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification up above so you never miss a video.
That's right. So, I don't know, Nate, what do you say?
Let's go for a ride.
All right. All right, now here we go, taking the ride and this beautiful vehicle. Man. Nathan, you're gonna really like it when we get out here on the highway. You're probably already liking it right now, just coming out of the parking lot. But you know, sound and how quiet it is and everything, it is very, very quiet. And you know, it's got pretty good punch to it as well. And we'll see that with the on-ramp coming up here.
Smooth shifting.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. How about that, huh? It's just like you didn't even feel it. It's just extremely smooth and right up to 65. Heads-up display is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm facing the sun right now, and it's bright and crisp and clear. Fit and finish, I think they've really stepped it up a notch. A lot of nice soft touch materials in here. I like the design. I like the way everything is laid out. You got the stitching, exposed stitching everywhere on the door panels and up top. It's very, very well done. Very tasteful in the amount of wood trim they have along the plastic wood, but it's a nice grain. Everything falls to hand easily, and Nathan will talk about that, but the overall fit and finish is just fantastic. Safety. One of the coolest things is the adaptive cruise control. You know, everybody that's watched our channel, you know that's one of my favorite features. But you've got four-wheel anti-lock brakes, you've got forward pedestrian detection, lane keeping assist,
blind spot warning,
cross traffic, and all those things. And I'll cover those more in depth on my exterior review. But you know, it's really nice. It's a nice vehicle. If you've driven the last generation, or even if you've gone back the generation before, 2 generations ago, I had a 2007 Yukon XL, and this is huge. It's just steep, giant steps different from that vehicle in the way it rides, and the way it handles, and the way it looks. It's the way it's put together too. So I'm going to get off the highway and drop Nathan off and go home. No,
that's not. That wasn't in my plans.
That's not in the script, is it?
No.
So yeah, I'll find a place to turn around and let Nathan drive.
All right, my turn. Woohoo! So the ride in here is very comfortable. It's not only a fairly quiet interior, but just the ride itself, really, really, really nice. Of course, you've got 10-way power seats, including lumbar on both sides here, so you can adjust the seats wherever you feel most comfortable. Okay, so Rob, you're sitting in the second row. What's that like?
I cannot believe how much room there is back here. Not only knee, not only foot, but just side to side. If you got younger kids, they're not going to be able to reach over and hit each other anymore. You get a lot of walk-through space here.
So getting in and out is made easy by the assist steps that are on the outside, and those are permanently mounted on this vehicle. They don't go in or out, but makes it really easy. And you've got grab handles all over the place to help you with that as well. Interior, oh, This is nice. Like Rob was saying, it's just, oh, everything just looks so nice. The finish on it is great, and you have got everything within reach and most everything you can do from your steering wheel, from those controls to the voice command, and so you really don't need to reach anywhere, and that's the whole idea. But if you do need to reach, everything is right within an arm's length, and you don't have to stretch any further than that. In terms of parking, you can't get any easier. You've got, I want to say around 9 cameras, but you got the front and the rear. So if you're pulling it forward to a parking spot, you can use the front camera. And if you're, of course, put it first, the rear view camera comes on automatically along with 360 and a smattering of different views. And I'll show you that in my interior review. So it really could not be any easier to park. And man, overall, I really like this.
Yeah.
But since this is a brand new vehicle, all new redesign, we will be doing a separate video just on the driver's information screen and the infotainment screen to show you what is all there. All right, coming up next is Rob's exterior review and my interior review. Stay tuned.
25 years on, and now in its 5th generation, the 2021 Chevy Tahoe is bigger than its predecessor, both inside and out. And it's also packed with loads of premium features. There's a new, bold, and modern front end with LED lighting, and it has just spectacular, crisp, new styling that highlights this boxy SUV's new design all the way to the rear LED taillights. This is the 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe Premier 4-wheel drive, and it's presented here in shadow gray with a jet black interior, and it is stickered at $74,375. There are 6 trim levels. The Tahoe LT starts at $49,000. Then there is the Tahoe RST, the Tahoe Z71. This is the Tahoe Premier, and then all the way up to the Tahoe High Country, and it starts at $69,600. This specific Tahoe Premier is powered by a 5.3-liter V8 producing 355 horsepower and 383 pound-foot of torque. It has dynamic fuel management technology, direct injection, variable valve timing, and it does have the auto start-stop technology feature. Now, it is driven with a 10-speed automatic transmission with overdrive, and it has a traction select system, including tow and haul modes. This also has an external oil cooler, external transmission cooler, and an engine air filtration monitor. Now, out front, it does have LED headlights with IntelliBeam high beam automatic on and off headlights. It also does have LED fog lights, LED daytime running lights, and I absolutely love that big chrome grille with the chrome strip running left to right and the Chevy badge right up front. It also does have the upper active aero grille shutters for aerodynamics. It has body-colored front bumpers, front parking sensors, and it does have the aerodynamic air inlets to provide an air curtain around the front tires, and you can see those there. It does have the lower satin chrome bumper trim. Up top, it's got rain sense automatic wipers, and it does have acoustic laminated glass. Let's take a look around the side. Okay, around the side, the acoustic laminated glass does continue. Up front, you see this does have the 20-inch polished aluminum wheels, and they're wrapped in P275 65R20 all-season tires. Now, it is 4-wheel independent suspension with coilover shocks up front and new multi-link rear suspension with anti-roll bars on both front and rear end. It also does have 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. You see it does have the fixed in place black running boards or assist steps with the chrome trim on it. And you do have up top the body colored heated driver's side auto dimming power outside mirrors, and these do have the chrome mirror caps on the Premier. You also do have the remote keyless entry with the chrome door handles and the body colored strip. And I do like the chrome belt line and the C-pillar chrome kick-up piece there. You see it does have the deep tinted glass, And up top, it has a panoramic sunroof, and you see the brushed stainless or brushed chrome roof-mounted side rails. Let's take a look out back. Up top, you see it does have the body-colored roof spoiler, and I really do like the blacked-out D-pillar, and it does have a programmable hands-free power liftgate. And what's really cool, it has logo projection. As when you open it, you can see the Chevy logo down below. And of course, you have the deep tinted rear glass. It's a heated rear window, and it does have a hidden intermittent wiper. I like the chrome strip with the Chevy emblem and the individual Tahoe letters in chrome as well. Now, this does have a rear camera with washer. It has LED taillights. I like the black matte plastic bumper protective skid strip. This also has rear parking sensors, and it has a body-colored rear bumper with the chrome trim, as you see in the middle, and then a matte black rub strip down below. Really do like those dual chrome exhaust tips, and they are polished stainless steel. Now, let's take a look inside at the cargo. Cargo volume behind first row is 122.9 cubic feet. Cargo volume behind the second row is 72.6 cubic feet, and cargo volume, as you see here, behind the third row is 25.5 cubic feet. Now, cargo length behind the front row to the seal here is 90.4 inches, 57.2 inches to the second row, and 25.4 inches as you see here. Cargo opening height, 34 inches. Cargo width at the belt line, 47 inches, and cargo length at the wheel houses is 49.4 inches, and you have a cargo liftover, or cargo area to ground, is 32 inches. Now, unlike its predecessors, the new Tahoe trades its bulky removable third row seats for modern folding setup, and the second row continues to fold flat as before, but now the third row folds flat. That's so cool. And total cargo space behind the third row here is up a whopping 66% over the previous generation. So, safety on this Yukon. Well, you've got automatic emergency braking, active hill hold assist, you have the follow distance indicator, you have forward collision alert, forward front pedestrian braking, front and rear parking assist, lane keeping assist, lane change alert with side blind zone alert that's built into the mirrors to let you know if you're moving, if someone's coming up in your blind spot. You've got lane departure warning, one of my favorites, rear cross traffic alert. So if you're backing out, sometimes you can't see what's behind you, but it's letting you know something's coming. It also does have the StabiliTrak electronic stability control, OnStar, and so very much more. Now, some of the options available on this Tahoe are the adaptive cruise control, and I can tell you this one does have it. That's one of my favorite features of new cars. It also has an advanced, you can also get an advanced trailering package. You can get a max trailering package. You can get the HD surround vision cameras, which again, this one does have. Available as well as rear pedestrian alert, trailer side blind zone alert. That's really cool. And then up to 5 different 22-inch tire and wheel combinations, as well as you can also get front and rear black Chevrolet bow tie emblems, as well as splash guards, and so very much more. Check the Chevrolet.com and you can see all the things that you can add on here as accessories. So let's talk about the dimensions. Overall width, not including the mirrors, 81 inches. Overall length, 210.7 inches. Height is 75.8 inches. It rides on a wheelbase of 120.9 inches. It has a ground clearance of 8 inches and a turning circle of 39.6 feet. Has a 24-gallon fuel tank. Its curb weight, 5,588 pounds. It has a maximum payload of 1,834 pounds, and it can tow up to 7,700 pounds. Now, it's also worth noting that the new Tahoe is 6.7 inches longer and 4.9 inches wider than the previous generation. Approach angle, well, up to 32 degrees for the Tahoe Z71 and breakover angle of 21 degrees. However, because it has a modified front and rear bumper, it's different than this Tahoe Premium trim, so we don't have approach, departure, and breakover angles for the Premier trim. Now let's talk about safety. I mentioned some of those things a minute ago: active hill hold, forward collision, lane departure, and so many other technologies that I did tell you about just a couple of minutes ago. Performance, well, 0 to 60, we don't yet know. Chevrolet, Motor Trend, no one else has really released any specs on any of that information. Same thing with 0 to 70 braking, no information currently available at this time. So let's talk about the appearance though. Well, I like the new modern body lines. It's not slab-sided like the previous generation. I like the new beltline crease and the slant of the C-pillar, which does give it a family resemblance to the mid-size Chevy Traverse. It just looks good, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. It looks good. Now, dependability, bumper to bumper, 3 years, 36,000 miles. Powertrain, 5 years, 60,000 miles. And roadside assistance, 5 years, 60,000 miles. So this has the 5.3 liter, 355 horsepower. What kind of fuel economy am I going to get on this big heavy rig? Well, 15 city, 19 highway, 17 combined. Not bad at all. So now let's take a look at the inside. But before we do, please take a moment and give us a like and, well, leave a comment if you will. And don't forget, click on that subscribe button down below. So what do you say, Nate? Take her away.
Okay, and on the driver's door, I like this, it's like a perforated look right in here. Let's see if you can see it, but it makes a nice contrast between the flat plastic and then the leather. So I like that. You've got lots of storage. You've got the upper bin up here that's got a little rubberized bottom to it, things to keep from slipping. You've got a bottle holder here and then tons of storage back here in the door. Now up here you do have your easy exit button. You have your two-person memory settings for the driver. You do have express down windows for the rear, which means they will go down on one touch like auto, but to come up you need to hold them. The two front windows are auto up and down. This is your folding mirror, outside mirror button, window lockout, and then your mirror controls here. Your unlock and lock buttons are up here, and I really like this sort of the satin metallic look on the handle, and I like the wood looking trim right here. This is down here one of your 10 Bose speakers. The seats on both sides are 10-way power that does include 4-way power lumbar. The seats are a Kalahari jet black, and they are very comfortable. I'll just give you a little look of the whole interior here for a second. It's very nice. It's very well laid out. Okay, down here, of course, you do have your footrest here, and of course your pedals. I do like the little hidden storage areas, and there's of course one on here and there's one on the passenger side. I guess I like that because it's a good spot to slip my phone. Coming back in here, you do have the Chevrolet sill plate. Looks very nice. All right, coming up a little bit higher, we have the hood release right here. And then coming up a little bit farther here, we have some more controls. So this one is your mode button. So left, you can go left or right, and it goes between about 4 different modes, and we'll show you those in a little bit. You've got auto all-wheel drive, you've got 2 high, 4 low, and then these two are for your bright and dimness controls for your dashboard display. This is your lights. This does have fully automatic lights on and off, high beam and low beam. And then this is, of course, got a trailering package on it. So you have your brake controller right here. Coming up here, you do have your electronic parking brake. You have your lane keeping system on or off, traction control on or off, parking sensors on or off, which this does have front and rear parking sensors. Hill descent control, your auto start stop defeat button, and then you do have a household plug-in which you can turn on or off with this. Now, in addition to that, you also have your 15-inch HUD display controls right here. So you can move the HUD up and down, you can change the info, and you can change the brightness. The steering wheel is a power tilt and telescope. And those controls are right here. All right, let's step in.
All right, so it is a push start. I like it when the dials go up and down like that. All right, so up here you do have an analog tach, and then you have your miles per hour gauge right here, and then of course in the middle you have your digital driver's information screen, which I absolutely love. It's beautiful, and we'll get into that more on our interior detail review of the driver's information screen and the infotainment center. If you want to see that, click on the link above. Moving back, this is a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. On the left, you have adaptive cruise control. So you have your set button, which is actually just that you use this button here, and you just pull it down, push it on to resume. This is cruise control on or off. This one here, if you push and hold it, it will turn from adaptive cruise control to regular cruise control. So non-adaptive, in other words. If you push and hold it again, it'll turn back to adaptive cruise control. This button up here sets your gap. Okay. This, of course, is your heated steering wheel button. Moving over to the right, you have controls for your driver's information screen. And then this is your voice command, and then this does your phone. And then if you push and hold it, you can get to, say on an Apple phone, you can get to Siri. Moving over to the shifting area. It's nice that it's out of the way. I like having a manual handle to hold. But anyways, it's interesting. It is a push park, pull reverse, push neutral, pull drive, push for low. And then if for some reason, if you want to shift manually, you can toggle back and forth between the plus and minus buttons here. I'm guessing you're not going to do that a whole lot just because of where they're placed. But you also do have a sort of a finger hold right here, which is interesting. All right, the infotainment screen itself is slightly over 10 inches. I think it's a 10.2 inch or 10.3 inch. It has 10 speakers. It's a Bose sound system. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, then of course AM and FM and HD radio and XM 360L. And it does have a 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot. Moving over here just to the right of the infotainment screen, we do have a little storage area, and you actually have to pinch this together, and then you can open it, and it's a fairly deep... okay, I'm touching the, so yay long. And then to close it, you have to pinch it again. Your hazard button right here. Down here, you have a few physical controls for your infotainment screen. Moving down below, this is a tri-zone climate control. Moving down here a little bit further, these have 3-stage heated seats, and they're also ventilated 3-stage. So this button here heats the back of the seat and the bottom. This one heats just the back. And then this is your ventilation button, which is just the bottom of your seat. And you do feel it once you turn it on. That fan really, really blows. And you can feel the difference. Down here below, you have got 2 USB ports. You've got a USB-C and then an older USB port, in case you have a device that's still using those, which most of us do. And then you have a 12-volt outlet. Now, on top of having wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, there's also a very large wireless phone charger down here. All right, moving back from there, you have 2 nice cup holders with a nice big pass-through, a little rubberized area in the middle here, so if you wanted to set a phone in there, you could. You've also got a little bit of a storage area right on here on top of the center console. And if I open this up, you've got an SD card that's currently running your navigation software. You have got, I'll move this back here, another USB-C and a regular USB. You've got a pull-out drawer with a couple of different spots in there. And then an absolutely massive armrest storage area. You also have an LED light that shines down in there, which is really nice, but you could probably fit a gallon of milk in there. All right, moving up more to the front, you do have your glove compartment down here, which is a soft opening. It's got plenty of space in there. Moving on up a little bit towards the top here, we do have a regular rear view mirror that's also digital. So you flick the day-night switch. When you have it on this position, of course, it's just a regular mirror. When I flick it up, it uses a camera that comes off the back of the truck. All right, up here you've got your emergency systems here. This does have a panoramic sliding sunroof, so I like how they separated all the controls. This is your shade, this is your tilt, and this is your slide. You do have LED reading lamps on both sides, which are just a push. All right, then over here, you do have control over your power folding and unfolding third row seats. You can fold them down flat, or you can fold them all the way up. You do have a setting for your automatic opening rear door. This is, of course, your on-off button for your dome lights when you open the car doors. And then you have your 3 home link buttons up here. The visors on both sides are backlit. I love how they fade in. I really like that. And they, of course, are telescoping as well. And they're the same on both sides. Let's step into the back and take a look at what has changed there. All right, stepping into the second row, of course, you got the same nice finish and combinations on the door. You have your express down power window button here, unlock buttons, and then you have similar storage here, not quite as much as the front door, of course, but you do have ample storage in the door. On the seat itself, first of all, it's comfortable. It's plenty wide. It's bolstered a little bit here on the edges, which helps. And then you do have an armrest that folds down, which is nicely. It's thick. It's not real thin. That matches up nicely with this one. Okay, so that is really nice. I also just love the fact that you can, of course, slide it forward or backwards. And then, of course, you can tilt it quite a ways. Now, in addition to that, you've got pockets in the back of both seats. So in the center console here, in the second row, you do have your own controls because this is tri-zone climate control. Both of the bucket seats are heated, and then you have a USB-C port for each chair. And then down here, you do have a household outlet. The seat controls, there's 2 different ways to do it. You can do it manually, or you can do it electronically. So to do it manually, what you do is simply take and pull this once. It folds the headrest for you, folds the seat down. Pull it again, and it's like a spring-loaded item, and it just goes up pretty much right on its own. Now, if you don't want to do that, on both sides of the car, right here on the C-pillar, there would be a button. If I push it once, I push it twice, and there you go. So it's a little ridiculous back here because that's the first chair, driver's chair, is where I'm comfortable. This chair is where I was comfortable, and I still have 3 inches to the seat. I mean, that's just massive. Wow. Okay, headroom. I'm still getting 2 inches plus. In fact, I may have a little more headroom back here than I do on the front because what they've done in the roof, and it's a little hard to see, but they've molded it so it actually curves at this point here. It actually curves upwards. So it's going around my head, giving me extra room. If I was trying to sit right here, I'd be bumping heads with the ceiling. Wow. Impressive. So, in addition to being comfortable, and it is a 60-40 split, okay, you have the same amenities on both sides, and I'm so glad that finally in 2021 we're starting to see that in the rear. So, you do have a cup holder, you have a tiny storage area here that can fit something else, and then you have a USB-C. And it's the same on both sides. Now, in addition to that, you've got your air vent controller right here, one above each passenger in the rear for the outboard seats, and then of course you have your reading lights, which again are LED. Overall, just very comfortable, very, very different from last year's model. This is really nice and would be comfortable for the first time, I think I'll say this, for an adult. Thanks for watching.
Okay, my favorite thing on this, there's so many things to like, from the LED lights to the air curtain, to this big, bold chrome grille up front on the Premier trim. That is my favorite thing.
All right, so my favorite thing is actually the control buttons for the panoramic sunroof. I like it because all the buttons are separate, they're big, they're easy to find. There's not one button that does a million things. That's your shade, that's your tilt, and that's your slide. As simple as that. Very easy to figure out how to use it. My favorite thing.